It's here. We're going to rock and roll. Here we go.
The Florida Podcast Network, the voice of Florida.
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Beach Talk Radio. This is a special edition, and we are coming to you live from the Taste of Fort Myers Beach. We are broadcasting on Old Estero Boulevard, and right now
You may be aware that this was recently designated on the official listing of the National Park Service's U.S. Department of Interior historically significant sites and properties throughout the country.
Yes.
And that is a huge, huge deal.
Yes.
It took Allison basically the better part of a year, maybe even longer, to secure the designation. It's very stringent requirements in order to do that, down to the number of words and the spacing on your page and the number of photos, and it has to be endorsed by the county and by the state and then at the federal government. And so it's a huge, huge accomplishment for the hard work of of Allison and lots of other people that were involved in the activity. And there's a wonderful write-up in this week's edition of the Sandpaper. Gary Mooney again did his usual fabulous job.
He's awesome.
Of covering the whole account.
So, what is your role? What do you do at the Mound House?
Well, actually, I wear two hats at the Mound House. I'm a docent. That was my first. My first responsibility.
You're a what?
I'm a docent.
What is that?
A docent is different.
Forgive me for not knowing.
Okay, a docent is different from a volunteer, and Seal Spuler is the one that told me the definitional differences. And a docent tells you something you didn't know before you arrived. So you're not just a volunteer.
Are you also at the Mound House?
I am. I'm
are
also
you
a docent.
Okay.
Okay, now, back at you. What is a docent now?
It's a volunteer that I forgot already. I don't know.
It's a volunteer that tells you something that you didn't know before you arrived.
Okay. So tell us something we might not know about the Mound House.
So if you are a uninformed visitor who's just coming for the first time because you saw the brown sign on Estero Boulevard, you might not know that the house is built on top of a Calusa mound that was 800 to 1,000 years in construction time, and they lived on it for about 1,000 years, and Gail, take it from there.
Yes, so what's so exciting about this is that you're actually on a shell mound. Now think about this. The Calusa Indians, and that's Calusa with the C, had a shell mound that covered what is most of now Fort Myers
Mound House.
2006. Again, to mention Seal Spuler, who we hope to stop by today, but
that would
declined.
be great. Oh, she doesn't want to come over?
She is here on the ground.
Isn't she sitting
there
right?
She is,
she's
right
over
there.
Oh, she'll be over here if I have my way.
Blouse.
If I have my way with her, she'll be over here.
She's a little shy. So anyway, Seal Spuler was one of the original docents. So
she was the original docent.
She was the original docent.
She put together the docent program at the behest of the town.
Yes. So when the town was 5 years young, they purchased this property. Now, how cool is that? You have a town that's only 5 years old.
Right.
You have zero money, but you have visions, and you know possibilities are to preserve this structure and this mound of 2.77 acres for all time. So,
And there are people that have lived in this island their entire lives that have not been to the Mound House.
Right.
And we sort of came up with a method to rectify that by having a Christmas market in December.
Yes.
And Gail is the chair of that event. Gail and I tag team on a lot of fundraising for the Mound House. And so Gail takes charge of the Christmas market, and in conjunction with that, Allison opens the door so it's free admission to the museum the day of the Christmas market. And that is also done in conjunction with the Women's Club Christmas Tree Festival,
yes,
which is the same weekend in December, which is just really fabulous.
Nice. You guys do a lot of volunteering.
We do a lot of volunteering. And the reason why we do volunteer, and I was just doing business with the Yacht Club here on Fort Myers Beach, because the Yacht Club happens to be looking for a home for their meetings in season.
Yeah.
Because they don't have office space that they maintain. So I was like, the Women's Club is a community center. Would you ever consider maybe coming to the Women's Club
Look
and
at you.
using us for your meetings, just like Community Foundation does and the Garden Club here on Fort Myers Beach.
And they're getting a whole new, their location is getting redone, right? The women's
Well, we
club.
hope to. We want to launch a capital campaign.
Oh, okay.
We had an architect donate the drawings.
Nice.
And we've had a landscape architect donate landscaping options. So it's going to take money, and we're just in the early stages of figuring out how to pull that off.
It seems like this community always manages to pull things off like that. So, do you have any? Oh, this chair is hot. Wow! And I apologize for making you two sit out in the sun. You're baking right now. I see the. I said I got to be. I said I got to be out in a central location. I think my laptop's going to blow up. It's so nice and hot out here.
Yeah, we got to be over by Ron Fleming.
They're all sitting under the shade over there.
Delicious taste of the beach.
24th year for the Taste of the Beach. Is that right? And it used to be held at the Mound House, or no, Bay Oaks, right? Is that right? That's what somebody told me this morning.
No,
I'm
we're
not
going to have.
certain.
I don't know the background
Okay.
on that. Because to be honest,
It's fine to say hello. Yes. We want everybody to stop by and say hi.
Yes, I do.
We are on Old Estero Boulevard for the 24th annual Taste of the Beach, and that means that I think there are 15 businesses competing for prizes. There is a food tasting contest that's going on later today, and the wife was supposed to be a food taster until there was this conflict today with the move. So she, last time I talked to her, she was up
Good seeing
in Northern.
you again.
Oh, she was in
Okay.
Georgia,
so where's your daughter moving to?
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Her and her boyfriend have some business they have going up there, so they're starting this week, and they're moving up to Chattanooga, which is cool because it's kind of close to Nashville, and we love to go to Nashville.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
an awesome city. So, what do you guys want to tell us about what you know about the Taste of the Beach?
Actually, this is my very first time at Taste of the Beach.
No way.
Well, you know why? Because
No.
I still go north for the summer.
Okay.
And this year, I intentionally am not going until all this cool stuff that kind of anchors shoulder season down here happened. So this is my first opportunity to volunteer. So actually, I'm volunteering on the afternoon shift. So I'm on from 1 to 4. So I'll know a lot more then.
Have you been
It's
to?
my third year
Okay.
volunteering, and Seal Spieler was really the impetus for me to volunteer down here.
She seems like she's behind a lot of the stuff that goes on down here.
She certainly is. We love her to death. She's a very generous,
Yep.
warm, but slightly private person.
Okay, yeah, I don't think we've ever had her on the show. I'm not
No.
sure
She might not come.
if we.
Would she ever be on the show?
I hope so. Seal, you going to come on? Seal? Oh, she's busy hobnobbing with people. So already a big crowd. They opened up at 11 o'clock.
They did.
And do you know what time we're going until
Seal
today?
says no.
It's until 4 p.m. or if the food and the beer runs out beforehand.
Right.
And Gail is
Hey.
actually going to be on duty as a beer bartender, correct?
I can tell you something very exciting.
Okay,
we have a
please do.
new IPA from Bury Me Brewery in Fort Myers. No, I don't know where it's at, but it's an IPA, and it's awesome. I had a little taste test about 10:30 this morning.
I'm surprised you didn't bring a taste test over to us. That would have been perfect.
There's every possibility
Nice.
that I could, but we might have to remain in the beer garden
Okay,
area.
gotcha. Yeah,
We
and the
might.
beer
I think
garden.
there are certain regulations. We've got a beautiful beer garden set up this year with tables and umbrellas because it was really, really warm last
I
year,
remember.
and people were trying to hide in the shade
I remember.
desperately.
I
In
remember.
fact, that was part of the big promotion. Is that was a shaded beer garden today.
Yes.
Yeah,
and it's
that's-
wonderful.
That was a great
Here in the
addition.
sun.
Now,
Yes.
I'm going to have Megan come on and talk a little bit about it. If you guys want to grab water or get out of the sun for 2 minutes, I don't mean to
That's
to
great.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
baste you at all.
Megan doesn't realize that she's being
No, she does. She's just too busy talking to people. And Megan is going to come over. Megan was on the organizing committee. Come on over. I'm going to get them out of the sun for a little while because I'm baking them, and then they're going to come right back and continue their special guest hosting duties. Grab some water. I have a long. Yes, I think one of them is
I think we could get
long
her to
enough,
do it.
and I can actually swivel the Facebook and YouTube on.
You
Megan,
got her cornered. You can get her.
I know we're pretty close to Seal. So, how are things going so far?
Wow, we just opened the gates. Amazing. People were lined up down the street.
And so, tell us what it costs to get in and what's going on.
Sure thing. It's a $5 recommended donation for entry, and food and beer tickets are $1 a piece.
Okay.
We have absolutely amazing food. I've already gotten a couple bites here and there, and they have outdone themselves this year.
Can you name any of the restaurants?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know I didn't mean to put you on the spot to
No,
memorize
no.
them all, but they keep walking by right here too,
I
and you
think
get
I've
a
talked to them
smell
all
of it.
enough this week that I better know them all. So we have Doc Ford's, Dixie, the Whale. We have Castaways coming by us right here.
Hey, what do you got there?
We have.
Oh wow, that looks. What is that from? That
looks
was
good,
from, yeah,
doesn't
that was,
it?
That was from Castaways.
We have the Salty Crab. We have Coast. We have Love Boat Ice Cream. We have Bayfront Bistro. We have Pink Shell. We have Fishtail Restaurant. We have Pinchers. We have Nervous Nellies and Sunset Grill.
Couldn't ask for a nicer day.
Oh my God,
it's a little bit hot,
gorgeous.
but still, I mean, that's
Yeah,
Florida. That's
but
why we're here.
It's breezy, and everybody is here and ready to eat.
And the beer garden is a new ad too.
I know.
It's over next to.
It's over in the parking lot right across from SOB. They've got all sorts of different beer offerings this year, plus wine, plus like hard seltzers. So definitely something for everybody over there. It's also where we'll be having the 2 o'clock server competition. It's always a huge favorite.
Server competition means what?
All these guys come out and they do an obstacle course against one another. They really get into it.
With
They
the
get a
food or the
nice-
beer?
No, we have just a setup for them. They have different tasks they have to do.
Oh, no kidding.
And they always really get into it to go up against one another because there's a nice cash prize for the winner.
Awesome. So you put a lot of work into this, and now you see what it turns into. How does
Yeah.
that feel?
Feels awesome.
Would you do it again?
Oh, this is my 5th year I've been involved with this. In a heartbeat, I would do it. It's my favorite.
Now, last time we had you on the show was, I think, last weekend or 2 weekends ago.
Couple
Any
weeks ago.
update on the wedding? You know, I had to ask you about that.
Oh, things are moving forward.
Yeah,
Things are moving
okay.
forward. We're just, we're excited about it. It's just going to be a great weekend.
Awesome. Well, anything that we missed that people should know about when they come down? I see girls walking down with buckets. Is there some kind of raffle going on?
Yeah, it's not a raffle. Actually, we're doing donation collection for the fireworks fundraiser for 4th of July.
Oh.
And people can drop in cash, or if they're leaving the event and they still have leftover tickets, we'll take those tickets, turn them into cash, and donate it the value.
Okay, and the fireworks is 4th of July or the end of the year? Okay, 4th of July.
And I don't want to forget Lee County Elections. They're always great to us. They come out and they set up voting booths for People's Choice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you know what's nice, too, is there's a nice breeze to knock down the heat a little bit.
Yeah,
so
it's
now
great today.
I know you're running around crazy, so if you want to send somebody over from any of the
I will.
restaurants or from the elections, send them right over. It's
I
hard
will,
for us to roam
definitely.
around without
I'll
a wireless.
grab a couple people and
Awesome.
send them your way, and we appreciate you here as always.
Yeah, we appreciate everything you guys have done to make us part of the community. I know that Kim, sometimes she's hard to work with, but we adjust. And
I refuse to answer that, Kim. You know I'm not going to jump on that.
she's listening in the rental truck on her way to Tennessee
I know,
right now.
I feel so bad for her. I wish
She's-
she was here instead.
She is really upset that she can't taste food. So, but thanks a lot for coming
Absolutely.
on, and we'll
I'll
see
grab
you
you a
soon.
couple
Yes,
people.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, Ellen, did
All
you
right.
cool off a little bit? I saw you guys over there getting some water, which is nice, and
Yep. And
getting
Gail
some
is still
shade.
visiting.
Gail's got to come back
She's
too.
coming back over now.
And I want to thank Erin Hennessy, who set us up with you two as guest hosts. She said you guys would be awesome, and she's great to the show, and she was 100% correct. So what were you doing over there? Hobnobbing with the people?
I was talking to Sue O'Brien and her gentleman friend Bill.
And actually, what they were talking about is something that segues back to what some of the things we do for the Mound House.
Let's hear it.
Yes.
In addition to the Christmas market that Gail oversees,
Which is going to be December 14th this year at the Mound House from 10 until 3. And Momentum Brewery is going to be there for any beer lovers on this podcast.
so in the spring, we hold what we call the Artful Intersection. This will be our 3rd year, so we're calling it 3.0 so that we can be a little geeky. And Artful Intersection is an evening event that people are now calling a party, not a fundraiser. And we have a live auction of art and experiences. And the experiences are with notable people on the beach. So Gail was talking to Sue and Bill about going to an event at the Beach's house. So, Randa is a master gardener and Bill is a master naturalist.
And
the-
Randa also is a master naturalist.
Wait, back up. What is a master naturalist?
Master naturalist is a person that has knowledge through certified courses from the state And we have knowledge about a lot of different things.
Gail
The
is one, too.
wildlife, the birds, the shells, sea life, coastal wetlands, coastal beach formation, dune formation. So there are 3 modules offered. And I'm certain that Bill and Randa have completed all 3 of those. But they encouraged me to get into that, too, and it's a wonderful program. It used to be held on our island at Newton Cottage, at the Seven Seas Cottage at Newton Beach, but it has changed now. It's moved off island, but it's a wonderful course.
So maybe we can get it back on island at the Women's Club.
It's always possible.
Now,
We're always open to possibilities.
Bill, go
So,
ahead.
Bill Veach, today, or tomorrow evening, Randa and Bill Veach graciously agreed to have an experience at their home. And I started out with saying, could we have some people there? Can we have some people, just some people there to watch sunset and maybe talk a little bit about the beach? So when they came back from Bhutan, they before 2 days before our event on March 22nd, Artful Intersection 2.0 at the Women's Club, they had jet lag. So
Okay.
Bill got up to the microphone with Rick, our auctioneer, and said, yes, we're having this entirely wonderful program, and it's going to be about all things beach on Beach Beach, and we're going to talk about sex. Sex among all the sea animals, the shells, and the sex between them.
is that what it was about?
So it might be.
Oh, okay. It's
It
coming
might
up.
be. So Monday night, 4 of us are going that bought the experience through Artful Intersection. So all the proceeds, as Ellen mentioned, benefit the programming at the Mound House.
Nice.
So we thought, how can we best celebrate all the incredible people we have on this island? And that included Seal Spuler. So Seal had put on a wonderful play and at her home for a party of 4. Where her and Dan Hughes, one of our former
Sure,
mayors
yep,
of Fort Myers
great guy,
Beach,
yep.
got together. And they used to do these plays imitating the Cases and the Long family that used to live on what is now the Mound House Museum.
Wow.
So they just had an experience that was auctioned off for a
So-
wonderful sum of money.
So this is what we did for this Artful Intersection. We only auctioned off art. Obviously, they were all original paintings, and then experiences with notable people on the beach. And Gail and I were very proud of our success with this event. In the past, I think the highest amount we'd ever earned for a fundraiser was, I used to say, well, we were getting close to $10,000. We netted $23,000
Wow.
from this event.
That's
And this is
crazy.
just island people coming and having a fun evening on the beach. And as I said, people that couldn't come told me they missed the party.
Now, this thing Monday night, is it open to other people, or was it like a kind of a closed group?
It
or-
is not. It's a closed group.
Okay.
There'll be just 4 of us on Monday night at the Veach's home, where we're going to have wine and hors d'oeuvres. Randa is going to be making a Middle Eastern palette of appetizers for us. And we're really going to talk about all things beach on Beach Beach. So we bought this experience
No, you
at
bid on
Artful
it.
Intersection.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
Won
we
it
bid on it,
successfully
yes.
at an auction, and the auction was
that's much
lively.
better to say.
We had many people were bidding on many of these experiences with their friends and neighbors.
Nice.
In fact, one of them we wound up having to double and triple, and that was a dinner with Allison Geeson, who's the executive director of the Mound House and actually all things cultural on this island. And so 12 people are going to have dinner with her on the Mound House, and you choose whether you want to have it in the house, out on the lawn, or on the observation pier. And there was so many
Really
people
exciting.
wanted it, we sold 3 of those dinners.
Wow.
And
Wonder
they
if,
each went for just shy of $2,000 a piece.
Wow. I wonder if we could auction off something at our house or guest
Oh,
on the show. Or,
yes.
you guys want real money. You don't want chump change. Well, that's pretty cool.
It was
That's
way
really cool.
And we intentionally did it with things that you can't buy in a store. And we decided we're not going to go to all the merchants on this beach and say, give us stuff to re-auction. So we did things that you couldn't buy other places.
Well,
And it
I'm
was very
gonna
successul.
I'm gonna let you guys get more water and,
Okay.
and cool off and come back with another great story like
All right,
that,
we have
please.
lots of them.
And we have we're gonna be weaving in guests from this Taste of Fort Myers Beach, which is live until 4:00. Well, it's on Old Estero Boulevard. Start at 11 o'clock. It's $5 to get in, and $1 to get some food tasting. And right now, thanks to Megan, we have a special guest. And John Gavin is the chairman of the board of the Fort Myers Beach Chamber of Commerce. Is that right, John?
That's right.
You know,
Appreciate
it's very nice when you wear a name tag and I don't have to, guess. But thanks for coming on. What a great event you have here.
Oh, I do appreciate it. It was a lot of help, a lot of volunteers, and a whole bunch of, like an army of people making it happen.
It's so great to see all these people out here. Season is over, and you have to come up with events to help the local businesses, and this seems to be one of the ones that is really awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a tremendous amount of fun. It is so much. Even working in it's fun.
Yeah. So we have 15 businesses? I think Megan said, and the planning for this probably starts months and months, or maybe even the day after it ends this year.
Actually, yeah, they basically the committee on this, but a bunch of us we meet right afterwards and kind of have an autopsy on the event and figure out stuff for next year.
Right. Now, somebody was telling me, it might have been Bill Veach, that he was telling me that this used to be held at Bay Oaks back in the day. Is that correct?
I think maybe a couple decades ago. I think so,
Okay,
yes.
a long time ago. Now, the Chamber of Commerce is scheduling many things, many events. Talk about some of the other ones coming up that people should know about.
Well, the biggest on the beach now is the Roar Offshore.
Right.
Just in the last month or so. It's been in the works to try to move it here for the first time in 15-plus years. For months before that. But in the last month, 6 weeks, it's kind of been public, and things are rocking and rolling. Yeah, it's going to be huge. If you don't know what the Roar Offshore is, it's the offshore powerboat racing, the OPA division. It's going to be their national championships.
Yeah, we had them on the show a few weeks ago, and I think I saw them walking around here. I don't know if they have a booth set up somewhere down the road, but I did see them walking around hobnobbing.
And they are here. I'm not sure if they have a booth either. I've been in the back room, so to speak, setting stuff up. And
now that's going to be a 3-day event or a 4-day event? I mean, it's going to be a long...
Yes. I think the events for it will be 3 days. But there'll be stuff happening a little beforehand and some spillover afterwards, but particularly beforehand. Very
kid-friendly, very family-friendly, and people should look forward to that in October, correct?
Yes.
Is that before season starts or as season starts? Or
down here at the beach, October traditionally has been like the slowest month.
Okay.
We're 3 miles, Gavin's Ace Hardware, we're 3 miles off the beach, and our season actually ramps up through October. But it doesn't really happen down here till November. So that's wonderful. It's their family businesses down here at the beach used to take the month off.
Oh, really?
So it's that slow, or can be. So it's bringing something down here to the beach that when it's needed.
Right. Are you looking forward to the new hotel when it comes in?
I absolutely am.
Yeah,
I am so excited about it.
That's awesome. So tell us about your business.
Appreciate that. Just Gavin's Ace Hardware, 30-plus years, 2 locations. The older established one, 3 miles off the beach here, San Carlos Boulevard. And then the newer one in its 5th year, North Cape Coral, just off Pine Island Road and Hancock Bridge.
And how long have you had the business?
36 years, the main store, and in our 5th year at the new store.
Should come down and spend doing here on the beach other than buying some breakfast and lunch and coming down and enjoying the bands at Times Square, things like that.
Which is a ball. I don't have the dates in front of me. I know our chamber has our golf tournament coming up. Pretty sure it's a Friday. I want to say it's July 7th. Could be the 9th, but and then we have things that come up. We have our little our we would call our putt masters.
Oh yeah,
it's the little golf tournament on a putt course.
So Chamber of Commerce president, why are you doing that?
I appreciate you asking that. I'm the chairman of the board,
right?
And people call me the president. I don't want that job.
Okay, is that Jackie's
That's
title?
Jackie.
Okay, yeah.
She carries the heavy load. I'm there to help her and back her up. What I do is a volunteer position. The president's a paid position, and then our board of directors are all volunteer, and it all spreads out from there. But no, it's just a lot of fun. We put a lot of work
How many
in.
members are on the volunteers are on the chamber?
That's another interesting point too. You don't have to be a chamber member to get involved and volunteer. I believe at the sand sculpting event, she has over 600 volunteers.
Oh, that thing is awesome.
Happen.
That event is crazy.
Yeah, and I think we're looking for possibly 500 or 600. I go to a meeting tomorrow afternoon, volunteers for the boat races. And it's the community that makes this happen. And a lot of the volunteers, again, are not chamber members. They want to be a part of stuff, and they enjoy being out in the sun and the sand. And
Awesome. So if there's a business that sometimes of businesses that can come and you have having a little mixer or anything like that where new businesses show up and try and get a feel from the current board members or current businesses that are on the board that can say, hey, come on, this makes sense. You should be with us.
You've done this before, haven't you? You got some good questions.
Thank you for mentioning that. Back in the old days.
Yeah. Yes, we have monthly meetings. The first Thursday we have a coffee connection, and they're just mixers in Irma. And we're rare businesses that actually had helped.
What about Red Tide? Did that have a negative impact on you, or was it kind of a wash?
I was a part of the chamber measurement of it, and there were literally millions of dollars a week in the beach businesses that were hurt, killed. We didn't notice a drop. Okay. And again, it's weird. For Irma, there were so many people hurt business-wise, yet we did well.
That's good.
And we didn't notice a dip in sales because of Red Tide. Can't explain all that.
Right. What is it about Fort Myers Beach, and I'll let you get back to business, that you love? Why is this such an awesome place for you to be and to participate in and to volunteer and all of that?
The obvious stuff is, community, getting stuff done, being a part of something, accomplishing stuff. But a lot of the people, and I've been doing this a number of years, as board members have served their terms and gone, it's almost like a second family. When you get involved and we're putting stuff together, we have a ball together.
Right.
And it really has. There's been lifetime friendships I made out of people I've been working next to at these events.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate you, John, and we appreciate this event and you guys inviting us over. So thanks a lot, and good luck with everything. And if there's anything you ever need from us, just let us know. We're happy to be part of what you guys do. Thanks a lot. John is the chairman of the board of the Chamber of Commerce. Thanks so much, John. And I have to grab my co-hosts again. They're back hobnobbing. Thanks again to John, the chairman of the board of the Chamber of Commerce. And returning from their short break, we have a new guest. Sorry. Debbie snuck in here behind me.
Okay.
Debbie Voorhees is here.
We decided that we, in addition to taking on Jim, trying to fill in for Kim as co-host, we would go out and we would snag notable people from the community and bring them over.
Thank you.
Here's Debbie.
It's hard for me to snag people. Debbie, how are you?
I am good. How are you, Ed?
Doing great. What's going on at Lovers Key? A lot of activity happening down there.
There is quite a bit going on. Next weekend we have our annual 5K. We call it the Turtle Trot. And registration is through the Fort Myers Track Club or on our website, www.loverskey.org. The race starts at 8 a.m. and at 10 a.m. we're going to have a family fun day, which is going to be really great, where you can get a paddleboard, a kayak, a canoe for free from our concessionaire, and you can spend time in the park all day on us.
We love that race. We've run that race before. It runs through the woods out there on the trails.
Oh, yeah.
Starts in the parking lot and then goes down over the dock all the way to the water. And the pavilion is the kind of like the finish line where they give out the awards and have the food. We love that race. Is that where the fun day is going to be, or is it going to be back by the concession area?
The fun day will be out by the concession area by the beach. And then also the kayak launch is on the canals that are out near the Maritime Hammock, the forest area. The great thing about the Maritime Hammock area, other than it being shaded, is also because it's hard shell pack there. It's really great on your joints. It's a stable surface to run on, unlike the sand, but it's also really good on your joints. It's very forgiving. So it's a really great race. People like it a lot.
Oh, yeah, and it's very well attended, and they always have, the Fort Myers Track Club always has great prizes, or are you guys providing the prizes and the trophies and the awards?
We do. We provide the prizes and awards. We do it through the Fort Myers Track Club. We do the event together.
Awesome. So what else is going on at Lovers Key? I know they're in the middle of a whole big project. So how's that going?
That's going really well. We had our official groundbreaking in December, but we're really going to break ground in probably in September of this year. As we all know, when you're dealing with a state job, it takes quite a while to get everything done legally. So we're going to be breaking ground officially in the fall, and the building will be done next fall. And look for really great events and really great educational opportunities and class trips for kids, and just a lot more things happening at Lovers Key.
Okay, awesome. And so what exactly, tell everybody exactly what your responsibilities are down there.
Well, I actually just took a new position with Lovers Key. I'm the executive director of the Friends of Lovers Key organization. So I'm responsible for our short and long range planning and just what we're going to use the building for. There's been a lot of discussion about the building. And we want to make sure that our ideas that we're putting into it right now are able to be maintained. So we're going to be looking at raising money to keep the programs going and to raise money to create partnerships that are lasting, that'll benefit the community long term, such as with FGCU and Estero Bay Aquatic Preserve and Calusa Waterkeepers.
So I imagine you get up in the morning and you go, man, my job is awful. I work at Lovers Key State Park. So hard. I can't take it.
I love my job.
I'm sure.
I love what I do. I wake up every day and I pinch myself because I can't believe I get paid.
I have to go to the park again.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I have to take the tram down to a beautiful beach.
Is the tram still running?
It is.
Oh, okay. I thought they stopped the tram.
No, they stopped doing it with volunteers, but we're still doing it with the concessionaire does the tram down to the beach now.
Oh, is it
this is the beach tram. This isn't the town tram.
Oh, okay. What is it, like a buck?
No, it's the tram that takes you from the concessionaire down to the beach is free.
Oh, cool.
It's included in your park admission.
So if you had 1 million people watching Beach Talk Radio right now, what would you tell them to make them want to come to Lovers Key State Park?
It's just an amazing place. You go in there and you forget that you're in close proximity to several major cities. It's quiet, it's peaceful. The tagline is Discover Old Florida, and it really is Old Florida. And you'll see beautiful wildlife, and you'll just have a peaceful, wonderful day, and you'll see dolphins. It's one of the best places to see manatee. It's just very special.
You know, Sela's walked by this little studio we have out here on Old Estero Boulevard at least 5 times, but she will not even give me the time of day. I don't mean it in a negative way, but she doesn't want to be on the radio.
Well, you should have Ellen go get her. I think Ellen should get Seal and bring her over.
Has anyone ever seen anyone tackle Seal like in the middle of Estero Boulevard? That's probably the only way I'm going to get her on.
It may be.
But, here comes Ellen
so
again.
who are you trying to get on?
Seal. We're working Seal. Working the Seal angle. I know you are too.
Seal is a private person. You know, she has been candid with me that she has had enough exposure and would prefer to just be a private citizen. I mean, publicly. I mean, she does so much, and she's involved in every kind of activity on the island. But she doesn't want PR. She doesn't want press.
Yeah.
And I can understand her position.
I can understand that too. So
it's
so we'll respect her privacy, I guess.
All right. I'll keep working it, though.
Yeah.
You know me.
But Ed will keep working it.
Thank you, Debbie, so much for coming on.
Thank you.
From Lovers Key, the Friends of Lovers Key. You guys are great for booking guests and all that. You're finding all the most famous people out there.
Well, and I want to tell you about one more thing that we do as a
Thanks,
group
Debbie.
here, which is why we get to know a lot of people. And Debbie, you can chairman on this.
Yes.
So last year, it's a little over a year ago, a group of not-for-profits came together on this island and formed themselves into the Alliance of Not-for-Profits on Fort Myers Beach. And the organization has, what are there, 15 or more of us?
19 now.
19 now. Mm-hmm. So it's Friends of Lovers Key, it's Friends of the Mound House, it's the Women's Club,
Friends of the Library.
Yeah, there are. Well, there are 19. But what I think is really cool, we even have some of the churches involved. Mm-hmm. So churches are involved. The Kiwanis Club is involved, and we do projects together, so that we raise money for each other.
I agree, Ellen. That's the most wonderful thing. Every time I attend an Alliance meeting, I always leave with a smile on my face because it really makes me feel connected to the community as a whole. And that's what the Women's Club's about, and that's what the Women's Club wants to stand for, is we want to be an organization that umbrellas all the nonprofits on the island, and we want to be the organization where you can come and meet in our facility because we support your efforts to raise money for your group.
And a little fun fact about the Women's Club, it's actually woman with an apostrophe S, and it's open to men. We have male members of the Women's Club.
Yes, we do.
It's not really a women's club.
Right, which is leading people to think that maybe it's time for a rebranding effort, a.k.a. a name change.
What would be called? What are some suggestions?
Well, what would you suggest?
I don't know. It's the first time I heard of it. I need time to ponder. Maybe we'll have a little contest.
Oh, actually, that's a fine idea.
We may do that.
And we could do it as a fundraiser in that you have to
listen
spend
to her. Everything's a fundraiser.
Well,
that's what we do.
Yeah.
Right.
Well.
And I'm actually involved in the Women's Club. I'm the co-chair of their capital campaign, and we're raising money to redo the building, make the bathrooms and building ADA accessible. And we actually have talked about rebranding it and coming up with a new name for it when we do the renovations.
Awesome.
So,
Great.
and I think it's time because we are for everyone, not just for women.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, Debbie,
So-
thanks. Did we get everything out there you wanted to,
I
Ellen?
think so.
All right, cool.
Am I all set?
Yes.
I think you're good.
All right.
You're good to
Okay,
go.
good. Thank
and Gail
you.
is chomping at the bit. I'm
Yes.
sure
Come on,
she's
Gail.
been-
Get back over
Come
here,
on in
Gail.
here,
Get
Gail.
back in here.
You-
You've
Come back
been
to the
chatting
hot
with
seat.
people. You have to share what you've
Oh,
been learning.
what a day today, folks. We're broadcasting live from the 24th annual Taste of Fort Myers Beach, and that means $5 to get in, $1 to go to each of the booths of all these great Fort Myers Beach restaurants where you get to taste their food. There's a beer garden. How many different flavors of beer do we have?
We have Corona, regular Corona. We have Stella. We have a new IPA from Bury the Dead Brewery, I believe, in Fort Myers.
Wait a second now.
What
kind of name
I told
is that?
you before.
I don't think it's Bury
Me
the Dead.
I think it is Bury the Dead.
When
Ron
you
Fleming
go
would
to
know.
marketing school and think of a name for your business, how do you
I
come up
know.
with Bury the Dead?
I don't know, but
Does
I'll
that make
tell
you want to go to drink beer?
That
making us talk about it.
IPA
True.
is
That's a
so
good point.
tasty. Not hoppy at all, and certainly not bitter. It just went down real smooth.
I guess
We
it
also
doesn't
have
matter what the
Stella,
name is if it-
Budweiser.
if it tastes good.
If it tastes good.
Stella, Budweiser, do you have Shock Top or
Corona.
Blue Moon?
No, not this year. And not that wonderful red ale from last year.
It's
but
good to
I
mix
think
it
this
up.
IPA is really, really good. And after all, it's Cinco de Mayo, so we had to throw
Today?
Corona in there. Yeah,
It is today. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that. So have you guys, I know I've had you here, but when you were on your break, did you get a chance to taste any of the food yet?
Not yet.
Do you know who some of the food tasters are? Like, I know there's a contest going on. Do you know who any of them are? Or is it secretive?
I
don't
don't
know
know
if that's
that.
a secret competition or not. At our next break, I will see.
Okay.
I'll go out sleuthing and see if I can get the answer to that question. That
So-
will be my job.
The cool thing about something like this, other than the food and the drink and the camaraderie, is that you guys basically know everybody. You can't stand in one spot without somebody walking up to you, one right after another, saying hello.
When you get involved with organizations on this beach, you realize that it's really a little tiny town. There are, I think the current census number is that there are 6,200 people that consider Fort Myers Beach their resident home. And of that, I would say there are probably a few hundred that are involved in every single thing that goes on in this island. I'm involved in 5 different groups. I think Gail is involved in at least that many. And there are, well, as Debbie said, we have 19 different not-for-profits that are in the Alliance of Not-for-Profits.
Yeah.
And you just wind up overlapping, and everybody's got the same story. They're working on some project, and they put it in the wrong folder because they got their head in the wrong place.
No, the head's in the right place. The file is in the wrong folder.
Right.
You
Or
know,
the folder's in the wrong space.
having done the show now for about a year, we started, like, before season started last year, and there's Deputy Dan. And you start to get to know everybody because everybody's people that are involved you see more than the regular people that are living in their houses doing their thing. So,
So, Ed,
So
tell us, what was the impetus for you to start Beach Talk Radio?
I will tell you. It's a great story.
All
I
right,
appreciate you asking. So, a man named Gene, 81 years old, was sitting at the table at Pete's Timeout, and Kim and I would come down, do our exercise or exercise on the way down, and one time it was too crowded to sit, and so he invited us to sit at the table, and from there, well, Kim would tell it differently, of course. I went over and sat and cried in the corner somewhere because there wasn't a table, and she sat down with Gene, and then she yelled at me to come over. And then we have been friends with him ever since, and that was like 3 years ago. And so we would come down every Saturday after that and just sit with him at his table. And everybody knows who Gene is that goes to Times Square. Yes. And that's how we met him, and that's how we started to come down. And then we were like, he knew all these different characters from the beach. So I said, this is a radio show. I need to interview all these people. And that's how it started. Then after that, Jackie was the first guest, actually. Jackie was the first guest. And what happened was my tape recorder, it wasn't live at the time. My tape recorder, I would record it and go back and edit it and then put it up on Facebook and whatever. My tape recorder fell off the table the first time and didn't, when I put it back up, I recorded over the interview with her. So she had to come down again the next day so I recorded it, and she did, which was great. And then after that, everybody would start to come down, and it caught on. So now we're on the Florida Podcast Network, and it's going great.
And
We
they're
got
all
sponsors.
over the place.
And they're archived, so you can listen to
Oh, yeah.
them later.
You can
Yes.
listen to them or watch them from, we have them all on Facebook, but all the audio is up there too, and all the different interviews. And now we have people that have come on 2 or 3 times. Kevin Ruane came on a couple of times, and we had Chauncey Goss from Sanibel. We were lucky enough to get him. And yesterday we had Paula Kiker on.
Yes.
So,
yes,
yeah.
very nice.
How's she doing?
She's doing great. I mean, she looked like she was doing great yesterday, and she's doing great. I mean, it's for what she's going through.
Right. Grieving's a whole process.
Yeah.
It's
So,
hard.
but anyway, that's how it all started, and here we are. And Kim bailed on me today. She's such a loser sometimes that she just takes off and leaves me.
Well, we have
but
to
this was
defend
awesome.
her reputation.
Yeah.
I've gone back and listened to some of those archives
Oh, wow.
sessions.
Wow.
And I said to Gail, we cannot duplicate the banter between
Oh.
Kim and Ed.
I appreciate
Absolutely,
that.
we cannot.
We appreciate that. So, but anyway, so we're going to give you one more break.
Okay.
Okay,
Because-
but let me have.
oh.
I want to tell you one
Have
idea
it.
that's percolating in my little brain.
Please.
When you talk
Get
about
ready.
how you got started, I often say to people when I learn fun facts about this wonderful island that all these people that have all this information should be interviewed.
I
And
agree.
to be interviewed by you and then have it archived would get at it.
Yeah.
And just this past week, I participated in this leadership conference that's held on the
Heard
island.
about that, yeah.
And Terry Kane, who is an incredible resource, she gave us a tour of Bowditch Park and then Matanzas Preserve. She knows so much
Terry
history.
Kane.
Terry
Please
Kane,
don't let
you
me
gotta
forget
get
that.
her on,
Please
on
don't
your
let me
program.
forget that. I need
Yeah.
to write that down.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I have
Well,
a pen.
I'll give that to you later. But I know you've got some people
Yes,
in the
some
wings
very
here. So Terry
important
Kane.
people. The
Turn
VIPs.
it over to-
and that is the way you spell her name.
to-
All
Jackie.
right. Jackie from the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for coming on.
Why is
Is-
Scott hiding behind you?
Oh, Scott, get over here, Scott.
No, Scott's got to get a key from you.
Oh, okay. All right. It's in my truck. Can I get it at 12 or there's one right inside the
just say one
door
more
too.
thing,
Is there a
Ed?
way to get in? Okay.
Oh.
Can I
You have
finish?
truck keys?
I don't have keys. They're in the truck.
No.
But
your
I'll
truck
tell you
keys.
what. You guys interview Jackie, and
Oh,
I'll be
good.
right
There we
back.
go.
Here
We'll
you
be right
go.
back. That's all right. This is how these things go, right?
Hi,
This
Jackie.
is Living Live. Living Live.
Yes. This is the Gail and Ellen Show, along with our very important guest, Jackie Lisa.
So Jackie,
Hey.
the Ed was asking about who are the food tasters. Is that a secret competition?
So we have 12 VIP judges.
Uh-huh.
Normally beforehand, we don't let out who they are because they're
Uh-huh.
busy at work right now tasting all of the food. However, I can tell you that 2 of them work for a very awesome organization that starts with a C and has a lot to do with water. One of them has a beard. How about that? So that's 2 of them. 4 of them are folks who have something to do with boats that go really fast out on the water.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. One of them is a graphic artist. Actually, I can share that who does all the graphics for the chamber. So
Sweet.
yes, she happens to be a college roommate of mine too. She's an amazing graphic artist. So
if you know how to
yes.
connect the dots, you can do it.
Yeah, so you can kind of figure that out. We do have a chef and restaurant owner from in town in Fort Myers.
Okay.
So I know that person has joined us, and I'm kind of going through the list in my head. I believe we have a dignitary, someone who is a current mayor of one of the cities that is close by.
Whoa.
Yeah.
A close by mayor?
Close
A close
not
by
super
Mary.
close.
Not super close.
close.
Okay.
Close
all right.
by
But close
mayoral
by.
person.
Yeah, so we actually try to mix it up every year and give different people the opportunity to do it. Because there's the 5 categories of food. We have best dessert, best appetizer, best surf, best turf, chicken, like surf, turf, and then seafood.
Cool.
So they each get to try some of the different
Look at this. Look at this great
That looks
lobster
yummy.
mac and cheese. Look what this is.
Oh,
On a sourdough
my
bun.
gosh.
It looks delicious.
And you got to get a picture of this.
Yum.
I've been watching.
Oh,
the
you gotta
food
bring it up
walk by.
closer.
Some of it seems to be
the
being
food,
delivered,
and it smells.
looks-
Yes, and you might see
Yes.
people, the restaurant folks going by with trays. They're
Right.
actually taking the dishes into the tasting room
Aha.
to be sampled. So they bring them to the bottom of the tasting room. They don't go in the room.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
then we have runners, food runners, that take the tray and take it up to the judges.
So this is a very complex
It is,
event.
and the Tree and Dan Andre from Mango
Yes.
Street
Uh-huh.
Inn. Dan is a chef, professional chef, and Tree is a sommelier. They are very, very strict with the rules in the judging room, and they are very, very careful to make sure that it's fair for everyone. So, Tree and Dan own the Mango Street Inn.
Correct.
So they do this every year for us. They are amazing at it.
That's
and,
wonderful.
They keep everybody clicking up there. So we will be announcing the winners at 4 o'clock on the stage.
Excellent.
That is
excellent.
fabulous.
So what year did the taste move to Old San Carlos Boulevard?
You know, I'm not sure the exact year. I know it's been here probably about 7 years now because this is my 3rd year running it.
Okay.
And the previous chamber president ran it for a few years here as well. So I know it's been quite a few years. I know that's moved around in different locations. It
Right.
started on Old San Carlos or on San Carlos Island. I know it was down at Bay Oaks.
Okay.
Moved that way and then has been here. But we like this location because it's it's local, it's central. Everybody can walk to it. Lots of parking around,
Right.
and of course, it helps all the other establishments that are right around the area.
Oh yeah, it seems
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so too.
So have you ever had bad weather for it?
I have not, but
Good.
I've heard that it has happened. It was a little sketchy yesterday. We had 50% chance of rain, but you see it's gorgeous out.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah.
look pretty good. And I have to tell you that this year too, fun new fact is that we have a 5-piece band orchestra as our main entertainment on the stage. They should be starting up here pretty shortly. They're going to play from
Excellent.
12:30 to 3:30. It's a horn band. So it is Cinco de Mayo today. So in
Wow.
the spirit of Cinco de Mayo, they're going to be playing a lot of Herb Alpert style music.
Oh, my
Wonderful.
God.
Yes,
That's
so you don't want to miss
fantastic.
that. And then at 1 o'clock, we have the server competition back by the beer garden.
Okay.
So that's where we pit all the server teams against each other, and that's always a lively and spirited event. Last year, I think I saw some silly string come out and some water guns and some whipped cream,
So it's a
and
not
I'm not
to
sure
mi-
what
not
else
to be
happened back
missed.
there, but yeah. Yeah, so please don't miss that. And then, of course, our new and improved beer garden. So beer,
Yes.
wine, sangria. We've got lots of different options back there. We have some of the Bon and Vive sparkling beverages this year. So make sure if you get thirsty, you head back to the beer
It's
garden.
wonderful.
So
and
it's
that
not
new
just
beer
for beer
garden looks
drinkers, yes.
really
Correct,
nice.
Correct. Of course, we have water and soda and everything
Yes.
else. So.
So I know we both have on our bracelets because we're also volunteering. How
Yes.
many volunteers do you use for this event?
For this one, we had 171 volunteers.
Excellent.
So each volunteer has a 3 to 4 hour shift.
Uh-huh.
They get 10 tickets so they can taste some of the food.
Okay.
And we're so thankful for our volunteers. We couldn't do this without
Absolutely.
the help. 2 shifts, a morning and an afternoon shift.
Right,
So
right.
and ladies, you too as well. And I appreciate your
I'm
helping out.
on afternoon shift.
Okay, good. Right, it gets busier and busier. So
Yes,
this
yes.
is good.
Very
Hey, and
successful.
there's Dan, woohoo! Listen, Dan was out here with me at 5:30 this morning, so I want to thank Wink News too. Wink News covered us live all morning.
Excellent.
So they'll have
Fabulous.
some replays later on this afternoon. So
Oh, good.
that's about it. What
Cool.
else, Ed? What else do you need, man?
You guys did great.
All
I
right.
know.
So
I know.
Taking pictures.
He's just taking pictures. I love that. We got a lot of kids. We have Chester, the artist, back here doing free caricatures. So if anybody would like to have a free caricature,
he did a caricature
Yeah.
of my grandsons last summer. It
Oh,
was
yeah?
fabulous. Another fabulous event, and I'm sure the Chamber's involved. In
Yeah.
4th of July on Fort Myers Beach
Yep.
is amazing.
Yep.
Just amazing.
that's a super fun weekend. The whole weekend is great fun. That weekend, the Chamber takes a little bit of a backseat, which is nice. I have about 60 friends that come in from all over the country for that. So we are in the parade as a group and, do a pirate pub crawl and things like that. So it's a fun weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, there's a
And
dunk
have you talked
tank
about the
and-
powerboat?
I have not
Event?
talked about the powerboat races. Yeah, so we will be having our powerboat races return. They haven't been here since 2006.
Yes.
So it will be October 10, 11, and 12. 10th is a Thursday. We'll have a street party and a get up and close to the powerboat teams. Friday, we're going to have a meet and greet at Salty Sam's in the race pits. That's where the dry pits will be. And
Fabulous.
Saturday, 11 to 4 approximately. Don't quote me on that, but will be their race day.
Okay.
It is free for everyone to attend. Transportation, we're working on that now, so we have a lot of
Yes.
shuttles and buses running to get people here. And we're super excited about it. So we're
I
looking
bet.
for volunteers for that. We're probably going to need about 400 volunteers for that.
Okay. Because
Yep.
I heard possibly more than 30,000 people.
We're thinking 70.
70,000
70,000
people.
It
Yeah.
will
Fantastic.
test your logistical experience.
It will be a logistical experience. Thankfully, we have
thank
Lee County
goodness-
helping on board. Everybody's on board. The Sheriff's Office, the Coast Guard, the Marine Patrol. I mean, we've got the San Carlos Bay Power Squadron and the Fort Myers Beach Yacht Club are going to be assisting with patrol boats
Fabulous.
out in the water. We've got folks on land that'll be helping. Town of Fort Myers Beach is, going to be doing their part. So
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about the Alliance of Not-for-Profits on this island, and that's
Yes.
just a bigger example of
Yeah.
everybody pulling together for the greater
True.
good of everybody
True.
together.
True, 100% true.
Yeah, which is
because-
wonderful.
Because my understanding is that once all of the expenses are paid for the powerboat races, which they're pretty expensive to
Sure.
bring here, so we have sponsors and things coming in. But once all the expenses are paid, whatever is left will be donated back to charities. They have a couple on the island. I believe they've chosen Captains for Clean Water as well, since this is a water event.
Awesome.
So anything that's left will be sent to the charities. No one gets paid for this. Not the promoters, not anyone. So,
So that would be a way to
Yeah.
incentivize volunteerism, that if the
Yeah.
not-for-profits on the island decided to pull together volunteers for their
Yeah.
group, that percentage-wise, they much like
Yeah.
the Putt and Pub is.
Right.
is
Yeah, I
handled.
think.
Right.
Well, yeah, I think they're going to figure out. Yeah, I know they want to do something with the beach school.
And I think
Sure.
they want to
Give that
do
to the
something
kids.
with the women's club when it comes
Yeah.
to parking.
Yeah, not yet.
Pirate parking, I heard.
I'm sure, because that's an opportunity right there, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So we're going to keep working on that. We're pretty excited about it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I think everybody's pretty jazzed.
Yes.
you know?
And
Well-
thanks to you for bringing it
No,
back.
it's team effort. Team
Well-
effort. Always a team effort. You know?
You're the T and team.
It takes a lot of people to do things like this, and
Yes.
I couldn't do what I do if I didn't have a great support group behind me.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
so every day, friends, family,
Yeah.
and even unsuspecting people who get hoodwinked.
Yes.
Oh wait, you've slowed
I believe
down.
we've heard
Hey,
that.
Come here. What are you doing? Nothing. Oh, good. Come here. Yeah, everybody knows don't slow down around me because you get
Yes.
pulled in.
But that's how you get to meet other people and get connected on this island.
True.
And that's
True,
yeah.
and it's the fun of it. We've got an amazing community.
Right.
So.
If you want to make friends, join something.
Yes. It doesn't take much.
Exactly. And I want to
Yep.
really elaborate on that point. I've had several people. I do the town beach walk at Newton Park every Tuesday at 9 a.m. And I do have people on the beach walk that say, we're new in town. We happen to hear about this beach walk. How can we make
involved.
friends? How can we get involved in this community? And it's volunteering.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
It's
And
volunteering.
tell 'em don't slow down
Even
next to me.
If you are a person that's newly on this beach and you come and volunteer
At
for
any
this
of this,
event,
yeah.
Taste of the Beach,
You'll meet people.
I guarantee you're going to meet people.
Yeah, you'll meet
and
people
that,
here and
Yes.
Women's Club and
Yes,
Community
Community
Foundation.
Foundation,
Yep, there's so many
Mound
great
House.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There are so many great organizations. Yep. We're just hoping this weather continues to hold here. Everybody, it looks great
It will.
out here. So
We're not going to get rain except for inland.
oh, good, good. I like that.
And
Uh-oh, here
Ellen's
comes
running
Ed back.
after someone. Ellen's probably running after another
She's
guest.
going to get another unsuspecting individual.
Yeah, she went
I think
out running.
she's a
You guys
natural,
are awesome.
right?
I have
She's
some
a
plans for you two.
natural.
Oh,
I have
good,
some
good.
plans for all
Some
of you. That
plans.
was
Oh,
nice.
No. Oh no.
Well, what
I hope
happened
it
was
involves beer tasting.
you guys helped me out get a nice room nice and close by, and I had all my stuff over there, but I forgot to bring the keys after checking out, and they were in my locked truck. So, but hey,
Yeah.
now,
Got it.
stuff like that happens, and then look, you got stars are born. You guys don't need me sitting here, so.
All right.
So I
Jackie,
I
wait,
went
wait
out
a second.
and corralled,
Jackie, thank you for coming on. Thank you, Jackie. Stay seated, and you guys come on down. Tom, have a seat. All right,
and Pam.
there we go. Tom, go ahead, have a seat. Have a seat. Go ahead. Take over.
Yes. Ellen Vaughn is a
Okay,
natural
so
at
Tom
this.
Flaherty is the president of the Fort Myers Beach Art Association, and Tom, as president, can tell you all about the gallery and what's going on at the Art Association. So take it away, Tom.
Well, thank you very much. Well, next time on the beach, if you happen to be near Junkanoo, our art gallery is right inland from Junkanoo. We always have original art on the walls for sale for those people. We offer classes during the season. During the summer, we're not open so much. We have information available on the website, FortMyersBeachArt.com.
And the Art Association.
Get a little coaching.
So Wednesday and Thursday from 9 to 12 in the off season.
Yes, that's when we're open from April 15th to October 15th.
So if you're here on the island and you really want to find out about what's going on, people that are there will have more time to talk to you than they would in season. So it's actually a good time to stop in.
It's a very good time to stop in because many artists enjoy painting during the summer because it's a quiet time for painting, so you can walk in, see artists working on their work, art on the wall, lots going on at the gallery during the summer.
And it's a fabulous building, and it was purpose-built as an art association in, do you know the name?
1968. We just passed our 50th anniversary as a building, and our organization is going on their 68th year.
And so the organization bought the property or from the town from an individual?
They bought the property from the Zimmer family, 3/4 of an acre for $10 in 1967.
So that's some community-minded people on this island that want art and culture to be part of this island.
The Zimmer family also donated some of the land underneath the fire station.
So, I mean, that's when you think, and see, these are the stories, Ed, that I think we need to find the original people that can fill in all these stories, because these people are still here, but we don't know for how much longer we'll have access to their stories. So, yes.
Well, thank you very much for letting me talk about the Art Center.
Tom,
Yes.
how long have you and Pam been involved in the Fort Myers Beach Art Association?
Probably 6 years. We moved here 7 years ago, and it maybe took a year before we got linked into the art gallery. And we slowly started helping out a little bit more, got reeled in like a fish. And now, Pam takes care of publicity and some of the grants administration. I'm the president. I do the website, help out with repairs.
Are you also both artists
Pam,
by profession?
Pam puts art on the walls. She
Okay.
enters the shows. I do not put art on the walls, but I've painted the bathrooms.
And what drew you to Fort Myers Beach?
As a Californian who went to the East Coast for work, when it's time to retire, I wanted to see the sunset on the west. You can't afford to go back to California necessarily, and we truly couldn't. And Fort Myers Beach, we had come down to Florida, and this turned out to be where we found where we wanted to be.
Yes.
Yes. So
we need to have you guys on the show on Saturdays.
Maybe.
And when I literally ran down the street and tackled Tom and Pam and asked them to come over and do this. So when he has time to prepare, he can tell you about all the artful and wonderful events that happen at the Art Association.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Of course.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Pam and Tom, for stopping by. Thank you guys for going out and grabbing people. You two are incredible. You are naturals at this, and I know. Well, Kim's going away for the summer. She's going on. She always goes away on a summer vacation to visit her family in Utah and all that. And this isn't a paying gig, so don't get your hopes up. This is free. But you guys are awesome. We might need to spin you off into your own show.
Live from the Mound House.
You're right. Well, we get all the historical perspectives of the people that you're talking about, because obviously you would be a better person to interview those groups of people than I would.
I would love to boot a limited run series of all the people that could tell this history, because I'm forever trying to plant seeds with graduate students, because a lot from Florida Gulf Coast University get involved at the Mound House, and they say someone must need a thesis, and wouldn't you like to write about all the things that got saved in this area?
Yeah.
There's so many stories about things that came really close to being lost and were saved.
Any final thoughts? We are well over our time, but you guys did awesome today. See how fast the hour goes?
Time
That was
flies
great.
when you're having
Which
fun.
one of you was hesitant on coming on? I know it wasn't both of you. Okay, you killed it today. You both killed it today. It was great.
I'm sort of shy.
And it's okay. It's nice that you know
and if
everybody
you believe
too.
that one, she probably has a bridge to sell you.
Any final words you want to say about today, or about coming on the show, or about anything you want to?
I just want to say again, just as Ellen just said, it is so important that we capture audio. We capture the audio history. One of our other experiences for Artful Intersection 2.0 was having Russ Carter. We sold a night with Russ Carter, to talk about Estero Island and all of the history behind this island, because Russ was also one of the original docents at the Mound House.
No idea.
He's got incredible stories, so we need to hear these people's, not only hear their stories in writing, but we need to hear their stories in audio.
Yeah, and I agree
we need
that
to preserve their voices.
The audio, you can paint so many pictures with just the sound,
Right.
and that's a great idea. And I'll get to work on that.
Okay.
That's my area, but you guys have to be the talkers.
Well, we could be the talkers. We could also be the organizers.
Yeah.
Even if people would not feel comfortable coming on your radio show.
It doesn't have to be on the show. We could completely recreate shows, podcasts that are
a private experience.
Yes, that are archived, and you don't. It doesn't have to be a show. It could be you can listen whenever you want to listen, and we can go to an office and record it when people are comfortable, and that's how a lot of them are done now. So it's not really like Kim just likes to be on TV all the time, so we had to incorporate the Facebook thing, so that's why we have that. But any final
thoughts? So
thoughts?
we'll talk offline about how to get that organized. But
Yeah.
I'm
Awesome.
very excited about
great idea. See,
possibilities of that.
even if nothing else happened today, we have another great idea that we're going to be looking forward to.
We've got a couple of great ideas.
Oh, we're always
Awesome.
long on ideas.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you, Ed,
Thanks
for
for
having
inviting
us.
us, and we
Hi,
hope
Kim.
to see
Hi, Christy. Hi,
you guys
Kim.
soon. And thank you. And we will see you guys next Saturday live from Pete's Time Out. Thank you all for listening and watching.